Afternoon. This PowerPoint presentation will be discussing the precede-proceed model, its strengths, weaknesses, and application. This type of model, precede-proceed model, is to improve health and solve community issues. The model has two parts: precede, which is predisposing, reinforcing, and enabling constructs in educational, environmental, diagnosis, and evaluation. And the proceed part is policy, regulatory, and organization constructs in educational and environmental development. This type of model outlines the detailed processes in ensuring that the issues are identified and successful designs are implemented for successful studies and evaluations. Assumptions. Some assumptions is the precede-proceed model has 4 assumptions that define its connection with the community. Promoting health behaviors and activities that individuals engage in are usually at their discretion. Carrying out health promotion has to involve the behaviors and changes that you will want to see. Health is a community issue and is influenced by community attitudes. The community is shaped by their environment, whether physically, socially, politically, or economically. Quality of life is important and must be considered because the influences and factors from the community affect general health and individuals' quality of life. The constellation factors that were mentioned previously, economic, social, political, ecological, and physical, add to a high quality of life for individuals and communities, meaning health is more than individuals' well-being. Now here is a chart for the planning phase of the precede-proceed model. Well, in phase 1 and 2, this is where you develop the long-term goals for your intervention. They tell you what your ultimate desired outcome should be and what the issues are. What are the associated factors that influence it, and these things are ultimately aiming to change. Well, phase 3 examines the factors that influence behavior, lifestyle, and responses to environment. You will identify the factors that will create the behavior and environmental changes you decided in phase 2. Just like we did with the Wilcox County blood and foot checks in Alabama. Identifying best practices is phase 4, and other sources of guidance for intervention design, as well as administrative, regulation, and policy issues that can influence the implementation of the program or intervention. Phase 4 helps you look at organizational issues that might have an impact on your actual intervention. Phase 5 is implementation. At this point, you devise an intervention, largely in phase 3 and 4 based on your analysis, but here you carry it out. Well, the final 3 phases take place as the intervention continues. Phase 6 is the process evaluation. This phase isn't about results, but about the procedures. The evaluation here is of whether you're actually doing what you planned. And in our case, in the case study, I was able to show what my proposed offer was. What are the services? What was I offering in the program? In phase 7, impact evaluation. Here you begin evaluating the initial success of your efforts. Is the intervention having the desired effect on the behavioral and environmental factors that was aimed in changing? And in phase 8 is the outcome evaluation. Has the intervention really worked? And why did it work? What were the outcomes that the community identified in phase 1? Well, the researchers identified in phase 1. It may be completely successful in every other way. Every process is different. Here are the strengths of precede-proceed. Precede-proceed model has a comprehensive structure. It uses SMART goals, activities, outcomes, and inputs, collaborates partnerships, and incorporates evaluation of the process, intervention, and final outcome. Weaknesses of precede-proceed is the model is heavily data-driven. The application may require great financial and human resources. The model does not emphasize the specifics of intervention development and method in detail. And precede-proceed model doesn't tell you the best way to develop the intervention. Thank you for listening to the PowerPoint, and here are some references.